do something like this. While move to Apple pause. This will just play until it bumps into itself. Imported module has a syntax error. Say it ain't so. Oh. Blip. So now we should have a mildly longer snake. Nani? If any of the moves failed, we return false. Otherwise, we return true. And if the x-axis move failed, we also return false. Otherwise, we return whatever the move axis returned. You are actually a bird. That's amazing. Why can you not move? Why does that move fail? You're headed north. Really? Can a dinosaur not wrap around? Is it just because we've grown the tail? What if we just give it 2 attempts to move? Huh. That's weird. Okay. I feel like we need to do some manual testing here. So we're going to change into our dinosaur hats. Where's my heckin' apple at, yo? $14.11. I disagree, game. There's no heckin' apple there. Okay, what if we Wraparound is not allowed whilst wearing the dino hat. You gotta be joking. Okay, well, thank you. What if I move east? Will that spawn the apple? Okay. Just confirming. This really is not allowed. Okay. Well then, that means that function is useless. That's unfortunate. I feel like it should have probably told me that in the documentation. Okay, def move to I guess we'll make a new function. I was debating doing something fancy with function with default arguments, but move to no wrap. Okay, do the same unpacking bool, and then we'll have to access. No wrap. And this is the wraparound bit. But we're just not going to do that. Maybe, actually. This is all I need to do. Okay, so what now? Why is... Oh. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do that. Okay, yeah, and eventually we bite our butts. But, So this move wall-to-wall function could definitely allow us some Hold on. I'm cooking. Let me cook, chat. Let me cook. Okay, hear me out. It might be over-engineering. But as we all know, if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. So, what if we know how long our tail is? We can just keep a map of where our tail is. And then we just copy the A-star thing we did and pathfind our way to the apple while avoiding our tail. Now, that means our tail is going to shrink while we move, but that doesn't affect the feasibility of the path that A-star will find. And A-star will find the path. If there exists one. So there must be a... Okay. You could potentially make a dumb ass turn into yourself where you cannot get out anymore. So that wouldn't actually solve the problem. It will make it a lot better. There must be some simple rule one can follow, right? A routing rule. So you can do the scan thing, except that you can short circuit it. Yeah. I think that's how I played Snake on my Nokia 3210. Which incidentally is also the last time I played Snake. Okay, so how does one formalize this into a rule set? Let's pick the leftmost column as our return path. So as a rule, we're only ever going south to get the apple if it is on the leftmost column. Aside from that, we're never allowed to go south on the other tiles. Yeah. And we will always be going east on the bottom row, because we're coming down on this side. That means when we go up here, well, we're going to be heading towards an apple somewhere. So we'll shortcut up to whatever apple it is. If the apple spawns, the next apple spawns on the same row, we can just safely make a turn towards it. And then we must eventually turn north. And then we can go towards the apple. If the apple spawns at the wrong direction from where we're headed on the same row, we must either complete the row if we're headed west to get to our return column, make the full loop, and we might have to fill a certain number of tiles with our tail to buffer enough. There must be some kind of condition for when we can make a shortcut based on how long our tail is. Okay. So let's do a function here. Define navigate navigate. There we go. A target with a tail length. I guess we're gonna need that. So what our loop would then look like is, while we can snaky gate to the apple position with our tail length, then we will measure the next apple, and if we are unable to navigate, we'll just exit. I think that seems about right on the top level. We do need to count the tail length though. I guess we start with 1. And if we have successfully navigated to the apple, then our tail length increases by 1. Okay. Yeah, let's start like that. So if our current get pause y, zero. Let's just define this as return column is 0. And if position x is greater than 0, we will just move south. Else we will move west. So we have successfully, actually we haven't navigated to the apple, but we have taken a step, so we need a while loop in here. Let's just do that for now. We'll figure out the condition later. Okay, so after this command we have exited the return column, and we're now free to make our navigation calls. So if the target's Y position is less than our current Y position, then we need to move. Ooh, we need a current direction. Geesh. What does this start at? None. We need to figure out a better starting value. Okay, so let's just call it direction. I think it's obvious. Okay. Actually, there needs to be another higher priority rule. If... Why is that Y? That's clearly X. That's clearly Y. If our current Y position is equal to the world size -1, then we must move west, meaning we must head to the return column. Otherwise, we're scuppered. Right. I don't like that we are repeating the direction all the time. So I think we just set the direction in here, and once we exit the big logic thing, we just move in the direction. So if the target's Y position... okay, this. We have gotten up to the top thing, we always head down. We might have some condition to exit the return column early. Let's set it to do. Okay, there we go. Like if we spawn here and we're here and we have an apple here and our tail is like 1, then doing this whole loop is kind of unnecessary. All right, so if the target Y position is below us, then we must also head to the return column. So these are basically the same. Is this valid Python? It is now. Okay, so if the get position, if it's apples, hold. That's not how you do anything. This is not C++, we don't need those parentheses. So if it is on the same row as us, then we have two cases. If it is greater than, sorry, its x position of the apple is greater than our current position, our current x position, and direction is east. Our last move was to the east or to the north. So we just came up to the line. Then we move towards the east. Actually, no, we need to check this condition separately. So it is to our right, but we are not heading right or have just come north. That means we cannot take it, but we must return to the return column. Else, well, we don't need an else if. This can just be an else because it cannot be underneath us. Then that means we are headed east unconditionally, west, towards the return column. And we're gonna pick her up on the way. And else if else. So we're not on the return column. We are not on the top row, and the apple is either above us. Yeah, basically this means the apple is above us. That means we only head north. Actually, if we does it matter? At some point